How's it going, guys? I wanted to tune in and talk about anxiety and my encounter with anxiety today. I was having a session with my high performance coach, Chad Weller, today when we were reviewing a plan for an area in my life where I haven't been performing in the highest level. And he asked me, "What do you think of this plan?" I looked down at it and I was just like, "It seems good." I looked back up and I'm like, "Chad, that's complete bullshit. I'm anxious about this plan right now." And what I initially said was, "Don't worry, I'm just going to do some deep breathing and we'll move past this." And he looked at me and said, "No, we're going to hammer this right now. We're going to address this right now." And anxiety in this instance was based off of fear of failure that I had. And I want to talk about anxiety because it's one of those topics that we are not taught how to address. Now, I was fortunate in this instance where I was partnered with my coach and we just dove into it head on. But anxiety is not a bad thing. Most people that I know have anxiety deal with it by smoking marijuana or taking supplements such as pills that are higher end on the scope that deals with anxiety. But there are so many more useful, effective, and serving ways to deal with your anxiety. In this instance today, what came out of my head-on addressing was I realized my anxiety was really shallow and was just a basic fear, which in most cases, that's the truth. Anxiety is not a bad thing. And your anxiety is a gift because more oftentimes when it's tied to a fear, it's letting you know that if you lean into this, you have an opportunity for amazing growth. You have an opportunity to move forward and you have the opportunity to keep the ball rolling in your life. Now, here's a simple tool I wanted to give you guys around anxiety that's based on fear. So if you are anxious and you do some self-discovery and self-reflection and realize it's because you might be afraid of something. In today's example, I was afraid of failure because I naturally am more inclined to do baby steps rather than massive jumps, which was why I was afraid of failure, because it was more of a massive jump for the area I was focused on. What you can do is make in a notebook 3 columns. What your fear is, why your fear is there, and what's a small action that you could take to address that fear head on. When you look at this, I want you to disaffiliate yourself with your fear and say, I am not my fear, which you're not. Your fear is part of your ego, which is tied to a primitive part of our brains, which is tied to survival, which is why fear does not serve you. And when you do this, I want you to look back at your notebook and say that I am stronger than my fear. I am able to overcome this. And look at your plan and envision yourself plowing through and being successful in that small action. And doing consistently small actions that help you get more exposure to addressing fear over time will allow you to subside yourself from your fears and actually take greater, bigger, more consistent action. So I hope this helps. If you have questions, shoot me a direct message. We can review this. And if you're interested, I could come out with more serving videos around fear, anxiety, and how to take action and work through it.